This is another music video, and as you can see straight away from the sexualization, this song is called I Am On a New Level. Straight away you can see the all-seeing eye of Horus tattooed on this girl's chest. And as well, notice though she's moving like a cat or a tiger. Sex kitten programming. This is what sex kitten programming is. Basically, a woman is used and programmed to act this way. Basically, they're used in the industry as a sexual object. Basically, to please the elite in their sex rituals and parties. You'll see through this song that she is being programmed. Because he basically pulls the phone up, clicks the app, and then she starts acting all sexual. It's programmed. They're basically putting it in plain sight what they do in the Illuminati. And as well, notice the fire as well. Also notice that it's in black and white duality. So not many people would know this or understand the meaning of sex kitten programming, because behind the scenes this is what they do. As we see with the phone, some of it I cannot show because, as I said, it contains sexual images. He clicks on this phone. This is some sort of app. It says new level. Notice that it's got a person. As soon as he clicks on it and activates it, this woman starts acting all sexual. Sex kitten programming. May not seem like it, but this is the real agenda behind the Illuminati. Many women are used as sexual objects to please the elite. This is what they do. This is honestly what they do. As I said, I can only show this girl's face because I'm not going to promote pornography. As you can see, notice that it's blurring and changing. And notice though she's sat still. She's got the level headphones on. Basically, she's been programmed to act this way. See, like I said, it may be hard to understand this. If you've don't know anything about sex kitten programming, this will be hard to understand. But you can see she's not normal, she's dissociated. And as soon as he clicks that, I'm on a new level, and then she's wearing level headphones. She starts moving and starts acting dead sexual. Kitten programming. Now we notice the all-seeing eye on her chest. You can clearly see it's the eye of Horus. And as well, she's walking around like a tiger and a cat. See, it is not easy to understand this meaning behind the song if you don't know a lot about sex kitten programming. I mean, it promoting the all-seeing eye is just the start of the agenda. Nobody just gets the tattoo of the all-seeing eye on the chest, the eye of Horus. Most likely she's been programmed and used as a sex object by the elite. This is what they do. A lot of women are used like this. They're put in prostitution and used as sex kitten programming. Basically so they can make money off them. Well, as you can clearly see, the eye of Horus. And this is what sex kitten programming is. Here's the proof to those who don't know what it is. Here you go. There's nothing I can do about that image at the side. Monarch programming is a method of hard mind control used by numerous organizations for covert purposes. It is in construction of Project MKUltra, a mind control program developed by the CIA and tested on the military and civilians. The methods are sadistic. Its entire purpose is to traumatize the victim, and the expected results are horrifying. The creation of a mind-controlled slave who can be triggered at any time to perform any action required by the handler. Now you see what I was saying. When he was on that app on his phone and he triggered, he's basically the handler, and she basically started acting sexual. He programmed her to act that way. That's what it means. I'm not making this up, this is the truth. This is what they really do. At any time, while mass media ignores this issue, over 2 million Americans have gone through the horrors of this programming. Monarch programming is a mind control technique composing elements of satanic ritual abuse and multiple personality disorder, MPD. It utilizes a combination of psychological, neuroscience, and occult rituals to create within the slaves an alter persona that can be triggered and programmed by the handlers. Monarch slaves are used by several organizations connect with the world elite in fields such as the military, sex slave, slavery, and the entertainment industry. As we see, better programming sex kitten. Better is referred to as a sexual programming slaves. This programming eliminates all learned moral convictions and stimulates the primal instinct devoured of inhabitants. Cat alters may come out at this level, known as kitten programming. It is the most visible kind of programming, as some female celebrity models, actresses, and singers have been subjected to this kind of programming. In popular clothing, culture clothing with feline prints often denote kitten programming. Better, this is the second Greek letter, and it represents the sexual models and the sexual alters that the programming are creating. The primal part of the brain is involved in this type of programming. An early sexual abuse event will be used to anchor this programming. These sexual slaves will develop sexual abilities that are far beyond what the public is aware is even possible. They also receive the worst kind of abuse, far beyond what most people's imagines can picture. Better alters generally see themselves as cats. So, as you see the way she was moving around in that video like a cat, that's why she was walking around like a cat on all fours. She sees herself as a cat because she's been programmed. Better a kitten, sex kitten programming. As we know the name, I'm not going to say it, by Katy Perry. Monarch Slave. Purr by Katy Perry. Frank Rance 2010. As we see, she sees herself as a cat. A purple catsuit with animal print symbolizing better sex kitten programming. Purple represents the color of dissociation in monarch programming. B. Purple cat mask symbolizes that the slaves alter sex kitten persona. C. Reflection representing the multiple alters of the monarch slave, represents shadow alters created to hold the pain when the main alter dissociates from torture. Wrapped around wrist represents a ball and a chain, symbolizing the slave's imprisonment and restrained mind. So as you see, when you see yourself as a cat, sex slave, the torture, sexual abuse eventually becomes gratifying to the mind. The mind does a reversal, pain becomes pleasure. At any rate, the programmers are trying to get a type of. They accomplish this on one level. The sexual alters have no feelings attached to what they do, and their matters never allow them to enjoy sex. They are not to have climaxes, although they may be coached how to fake it. The programmers have been heard to program their slaves. Don't be a hustler and don't pick up strays. The programmers must now groom these alters. Females and some males need to learn how to appear and act seductive. The programmers understand human nature. They understand that there is a spectrum of female sexuality, where on one end of the spectrum females guard their bodies with their minds, and on other end they guard their emotion with their bodies. When a woman guards her emotions with her body, she is the type who craves sex for the pure pleasure of sex. There are an entire cluster of behavior traits that go with this type of personality, such as the way they walk. Use their entire cluster of behavior. The way they walk, eyes stare at men, the way they dress, etc. The sexual groomers and programmers will teach the sexual alters these clusters of behavior. The sexual alters who also pick up of expensive natural during the years of having to sexually service hundreds of abusers in every fashion imaginable. When Rosanna bought a monarch slave in a TV interview, I'm being screwed every possible way. She was not integrating the grumpy programming in the porn industry is to make the slave think their body is the grumpy and is flexible to move into any position. The slave is repeatedly threatened with their life if they do not perform perfectly. As we see, this is what it is. The dark occultists who run the entertainment industry utilize fashion as a means of occult communication to others in the know, indicating no symbolism the individuals they have under their mind control as literal sex slaves, animal print clothing, or employed for this method. This method of communication, as it symbolizes the or wild instincts brought out in the Slave Eye Project, Monarch, Beta Kittens programming, and when triggered will perform any action or sexual act required by the handler. Exactly what I said. That's why that woman in that music video was acting the way she was. She was acting dead so seductive and walking like a cat. This form of mind ostensibly destroys the scared female within the female victim, turning them into nothing more than a piece of meat to be used and abused by the handler at any given time. Women, however, are not the only gender who suffer from this form of programming, as many men who have undergone monarch programming signify better programming via the animal print clothing they wear. The following pages primarily cover the female victims of better programming, but if you do an image search for male celebrities, you will find more well-known men and young adults wearing animal print clothing. Sometimes fashion trends have deeper and darker symbolic significance. As we see, this is the real truth, what they do. As we see, they see this off as this cat. So, this is why